Hi folks, I am doing another unexpected stream. Surprise! Okay, I need to get all my stuff together. I can't normally do it until the stream started. So let's see if YouTube now gives me a link so I can share. It does, yay! Okay, get shareable link. I'm just going to tweet and post on my Discord. Hey everyone, I'm streaming again on my second channel. Surprise! Okay. Hey Kevin, how you doing? Send it to everyone. Yes, everyone. Bang! And now I'm just going to quickly tweet it out. How you doing, mate? Yep, good. Sorry, I wasn't sure if... Yep, okay. I'm... Sorry. I can't really... well, I should prepare all this stuff sooner. I'm live streaming on my second channel, doing some mechanical build stuff. Long time listener, first time caller. Hey Station 240. Hey JF. You were eating. You had your mouth full. All good, mate. All good. How funny is that? Doing some mechanical build stuff. Long time listener, first time caller. So that obviously means that I have no idea how to do mechanical build stuff. I've never, ever done it before. Going to be a disaster. Other than that's the only mechanical build I've done. Okay, I am tweeting that out. Go, Twitter. Okay, so now you're all eating. So great, I'm the only one with no food. Excellent. I got a drink. No coffee though. It's warmed up a bit outside. I'm in shorts. No doubt I will get injured. Okay, so I've done all the communicating. Now, I have actually set up my second... Go away. My second webcam. I've set up the webcam because I'm going to be working here. Maybe here. I can make it down more. I'll be working somewhere along here, so anyway, but you won't be able to see me. Hey, Shava. Hey, Keen. Howdy. Hope it didn't disturb your working. So what happened was, I'm going to have to maybe do two lots of... I'm going to have to move the webcam a bit so you can see a bit more, maybe. Just doing some Fusion 360. Ah, cool. Well, I'm going to be showing through Fusion 360, but not going to be using it. I started putting away some of my screws. Ooh, why are these different? Anyway, some M4 and M5 screws into this really massive 2 big container. And I thought to myself, well, I should just start streaming. And not that I'm going to show just me putting stuff away. Hey, Graham. I just don't know where the best way to do this with this camera is. Anyway, you can see on the floor I've got a whole bunch of mechanical stuff I need to go through. And just everyone remembers, everyone like the whole 5 people, is that, where is the screen I want? So this is the design that I'm going to try to put together. So it's a XY axis, so 2 individual motion there, and then I've got the idea is to have a camera at the top looking down and a camera mounted on this linear rail here. So I'm going to start putting this together, and I have no idea what size channel, what size rail. These are 2020 extrusion. So I've got a lot of stuff here, but I've also, unfortunately, I didn't put this down. Well, let's switch the camera back. Yeah, it's 2020. 2020. Fitty. No, 2020. God, where's the... Okay, no, that was not it. So I've got some more extrusion that got delivered, and it comes wrapped in plastic. Okay, I need a better way of doing this. I'm trying to think where I can put my webcam for now. But that's not great either. Hang on. I don't want to give you my belly shot. I don't want to do a belly shot. What am I building? I'm building a mechanical frame for an optical inspection, an automatic optical inspection system. Where else can I put my webcam that's going to be not a... Sorry about the moving camera. Really, I am sorry. Will that work there? Maybe. I'm putting a camera on a camera. That might work just for now. I know there's a cable in the way, but if I try to move the cable, it's gonna... Okay, maybe that'll work. Did my first live stream last week when I built the Open Smart Watch. I didn't know you had a channel or a stream. Okay, I'll go check out and sub a new channel. Anyway, so all this stuff arrives and it comes in this plastic and it's got bits of flaky cut aluminium everywhere, which is really frustrating. And I should have just opened all this up and cleaned it first. I end up with aluminium all over the place. Some of it sticks to the plastic, which is great, but most of it doesn't. So I have all the extrusion that I need now. I have, that works, yeah, except stomach cam. I've got my linear rails have arrived. I've already had my steppers. I've got a whole bunch of, what's it called? A whole bunch of hardware, like, you know, nuts and bolts and pulleys and blah, blah, blah. I don't really know what I need. I bought more than everything I need because, you know, that's how you do it. Oh, Instagram. Okay, right. Okay, cool. I don't really spend much time on Instagram these days. But I will go find and follow and check it out. I know this is boring, but I should have prepared better. But so I've been building Reflow Masters yesterday and today. I was out. I ran out again. Surprise, surprise. And lots of people on wait lists and people talking about it on Twitter and all sorts of stuff. I thought I'd better build some. So I've been. I did a pick and place run yesterday. I built 27 of them. My last 27 because I've got no more Sandies left. And then today I've been doing all the through-hole soldering and like the flashing bootloaders and testing and ultrasonic cleaning and stuff. And I thought I'd take a break. And so ran out of made sales. Ran out all made sales. Yeah. Oh, hello, Rat Madness. Oh well, I sold all the ones that I'd made. I mean, I make them in batches, and I sold out actually a little while ago, like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago maybe. I've been meaning to make some more, but I've been busy making other boards, so I can't even talk. I've been busy making, restocking all my other products. I've just been sold out of pretty much everything. Even I sold out of my Neo 7 segments yesterday. I don't even have enough to supply an order. I don't know why I listed more than I had. That was by accident, I guess. So I need to make more of those today as well. Automatic optical inspection. So that was I was playing around with OpenCV a little while ago, and I got some new cameras. I've got an autofocus camera and a global shutter camera. And so basically, I still haven't solved my stepper SPI issues. Well, I haven't tried again yet. I do have a new Pi, not a new Pi. I do have one of the Pis I was using. It's now got Bullseye installed on it. And I finally managed to compile OpenCV for it. So that, so I can, presumably for checking PCBs for misplaced parts, correct. So there are two things I want to solve with the optical inspection system. Eventually two things. Right now, my boards, now let me just, okay. So right now my boards come off the pick and place. I check the first panel always to make sure that I haven't done something stupid since the last time because every time I turn the pick and place machine on, I run a calibration on it. I shouldn't have to, and most times I guess I don't have to, but there are a couple of times where for whatever reason it hasn't honed properly. So I always run a calibration on it first, then I run a first board and I take it off the conveyor before it goes in the oven. I look under the microscope, I check that everything's fine on it, and then I'm okay to keep running boards and have them automatically go through into the oven. So at the end, I get a reflow panel. I get one of these. So that's Tiny Pico USB-C. So I get one of these out of the reflow. Obviously the parts don't fall off because it's reflowed. And then I need to look under the microscope at every single component on every single board and make sure it's reflowed properly. Now the problem is, if it's an obvious thing, like if it's the CP2104 hasn't reflowed properly or whatever, or the PSRAM, or the FET that, well, there's a couple of FETs on here, the FET that runs the LED or the power, or the FET that controls VBAT and USB power. If all of those things haven't reflowed properly, then that'll get detected in the test jig. Right? I put in the test jig, test it, and it'll fail. Fail the battery test, fail the RGB test, fail the USB test, like all those things, right? A computer with a camera can do that. Really? Really, Mike? Hello, Mike. That's what I'm building. Hey, Alan. How's Denmark going? You should be asleep, shouldn't you? Automate, yes, automate, great. So an optical inspection system, about $150,000, right? There are tools for this. I don't have a spare $150,000 in my pocket right now, or even in the bank account. So those things you can check. Even things like occasionally if a cap on the board hasn't reflowed properly, like it's tombstoned or something, sometimes that'll get picked up with the test jig because it'll brown out or something, right? But most of the time, if it's something simple, it may still pass the test jig. But I don't want to send a board out in the wild that passes the test jig but has a problem with it, right? This is going to be an interesting project. Right, very interesting. So I check every part on every board under the microscope first before I separate them, because it's much easier to check a panel, right? Move, look, than it is to check them when they're all pulled apart already. The government press for vaccine. 3:45 in the morning. Go to sleep, Alan. Sorry if I woke you. So I've optically inspected, seriously, 35,000 boards. I'm tired of it. And the problem is, like when I've got a pile to do, let's say I've got, 50 panels, 100 panels, then I start getting fatigued and I miss things. So obviously an automated optical way of doing it is the preferred way, but I don't have $150,000 to spend. And after the first panel, they all look the same. Yes, all the panels look the same, but it's really easy to miss resistors, for instance, or miss something. And it's normally the caps that are the issue. They're much harder to detect if it hasn't been. Cheers, Alan. Can I tell you, I kind of feel the same way, except I've been super tired a lot recently. I wish I could sleep more. So anyway, I'm going to build my own, a DIY system that can do some of this. Well, I already did a live stream. Let me find, just for everyone as reference, I've covered what I'm doing on this before already. Well, I'm 51 this year. You got a couple of years on me. What do I want? I want YouTube.com unexpected maker. Do not start playing my intro.
Hi.
Shh. Okay, videos. Will this still be in my live stream list? I don't know. Just hold on a moment, because what I can do, I'll put a link in here so you can see what it is I'm working on, because PCB optical inspection part 1. Right, is that the one I did? Or was it OpenCV? I can't remember if this is the one. I'm going to put it in the chat. I think that's the one. Anyway, and what I do, I actually use OpenCV for the first time, and I build. No, here we go. Right. So there's that one where I go through the project, and then I've got another video, another live stream, which I go through an OpenCV, and I actually build a thing that goes through and detects parts on a board. And then after the stream, I progress it longer. So I've already been working on the software. Right. So let me just put this away so I don't wreck it. So that gives you reference to what I'm working on. So I'm going to, for those that came late, I designed this. It's my first ever mechanical design, like an XY gantry that I've designed. It hasn't even solved where all the pulleys and timing belts and stuff go yet. I'm going to just wing it, right? But this does actually work. Like if I go to, is it going to let me select the body? No. Why is it not letting me select the body of this? Interesting. I don't know. Anyway, I mean, this does move around and whatever. Okay, forget it. I'm going to move on to this. So I want to build that. And I think I've got everything I need to at least get started. But I haven't put all. So like I've got linear rails, or they're on head. They're like more linear rails than I need. So I've got 4 sets of 250 mil length, and I've got one that's supposed to be 350. Yep, 350 length. I've got boxes of steppers and blah 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 and blah blah blah. What firmware will this run? Has someone already done the heavy lifting? Not really. It'll be running my own software because I've got my own requirements for how it's going to work. But there are solutions out there, and there are other things, but nothing's going to, not that it will work the way I want it to work, with the hardware I want it to use, in a way that I want it to happen, right? So it's got to fit, this is designed to fit into my pipeline, but it'll be something that other people I think will find useful. I hope so. And if I can get this working, I'll open source the hardware, like as in the mechanical stuff. And well, software wise it's going to be very unique to me, but I'll publish some of my code, maybe if not all of my code. Like it won't be something that you'll be able to just load and run. That's the thing, right? But so anyway, when I decided to build this, like I've done a copious amounts of investigation. Like, I love reinventing the wheel, but I don't always necessarily have to. Look at Thingiverse. I made them for MGN12. Can you tell me what it is first before I just look? Because I want to keep doing this and not get distracted by looking at shiny things on Thingiverse. Right, but at what point? But who cares if I reinvent the wheel? That's how I learn. So if I didn't reinvent the wheel, if I just use someone else's solution, there isn't one that does what I need. unless I pay $150,000. But if I went and used someone else's solution, then what do I learn out of that? How do I get to play with my first mechanical? Like, I've got no other need to build anything mechanical right now. So when am I ever going to, unless I do it myself? So, bits of aluminium everywhere. Okay, so there's those. I've got lots of tape. Tape. Jesus. Lots of oh my god, timing belts, pulleys, limit switches. Really like tiny limit switches. Plus, it's fun. Well, it might not be so much fun. It might not be fun. We'll see. I'm sure I'm going to make a mess of it. Now, so for instance, stuff's noisy. I don't even know if I bought the right length screws for this. I learned a little G-code playing with 3D printer. Right. You don't learn as much if you're playing with someone else's 3D printer. Yeah, I don't know if I've got enough. I just want to make sure I've got the right hardware, at least for some of this. We've been to will how progress is made. That's right. And just because something exists does not mean it is the right way for it to be. Okay, they're not M5s. That could be a problem. Oh, maybe not. They're M4s, and that goes down far enough. Okay, great. So I've got, hopefully I'll have enough screws. And the idea is, let me get my other box of goodies. I'm slowly, even though I've not started building anything yet, I'm slowly amassing a shit. Whoop. The camera moved because I knocked it. It's just, I need some blue tack. This is going to be a bad idea because this blue tack is disgusting. It's going to stick to everything. Moving camera, sorry folks. I need to blue tack it down so it stops moving. Stop moving. I've been amassing stacks of like mechanical bits and pieces. The low level stuff. Well, but define the low level stuff. To connect rails with a belt. Oh, okay, cool. Can you remind me again in a moment? Oh, hang on. Let me just grab the... okay, because I need to... Thingiverse. I wonder if my password was stolen. Okay, let's just see what this is. Oh, watch it. So what? Oh, right, okay, right. So it's a plate. Okay. Not sure this is going to fit with my design. But okay, cool. I've got it here anyway, just in case. Frustratingly fun. Yes, it's fun. Frustratingly fun. The right screws needed. I'm sure I have some here. Yeah, it'd be quicker for me to go up the road. Well, what looks pink? What? You're right. Nothing that does everything that you want it to do properly. Right. Well, mine won't do anything I want it to do properly either. Maybe, but also means you find out why something is why something's designed a certain way. Right. I mean, it's all a learning thing, and I want to spend more time learning and less time just manufacturing the same stuff I'm manufacturing. But if I can improve my manufacturing, so the plan is, right now I want a solution that will, I want a solution. Let me just do this first before I lose my train of thoughts. These, I've got some M5 and M4. They're not. These are M4. They are right. So, for instance, 1, 2, 3. God, I hope I got enough stuff. I just want to put one of these rails on one bit of extrusion one time to be 100% sure that this is going to work how I think it's going to work, or I'm going to be in trouble and have to redesign. So that's all. Just give me a moment. And I can't think and do at the same time. Put them on the... Yeah, I just wanted to... Yeah. Can do that. Thank you. Good idea. Now, what length do I need? They're too long. So are they 16s? I've got 16, 12s, and 10s. I don't think I bought enough, though. What length do I need? Yeah, they're not. Okay. Okay. So, I think I've got... I don't think I've... Maybe, I don't know, these might be 8. Who knows? I can get more. I've got them locally. Just, you know. Really? Okay, that's better. I just want to see if this thing will sit straight. Like if I'm going to have issues with having to, how much I'm going to have to much time I'm going to have to spend straightening stuff and whatever. So at the end of the day, I'm not building. It doesn't have to be a precision machine. I'm not 3D printing shapes or laser cutting shapes, right? I'm just moving a camera to rough positions, and it's just, and then the really, wow, okay, and then the software does the rest. So, not that one. That one. Okay, there we go. No, it wasn't too short. It just was just spinning on the spot. Spinning on the spot. Because I was trying to twist it with my finger. Someone's going to have to remind me what I was talking about before. Oh yeah, I was going to tell you how I intend to use it. It's really bizarre. These are shit ones from China. These T insert thingies, and they're really crap. But you get what you pay for. Need a gap. Yeah, I know. I've got a gap. That's the thing. But the start of these, I don't know whether these screws are bad or the T's are okay. There is a big gap. Big gap. Don't worry. If I can get them straight. 1, 2, 3. I didn't even know how tall these linear rails were when I got them. They're mighty tall. Okay. This is the first time ever I'm putting a linear rail on anything. It's the first time ever I've owned a linear rail. The cheap slot nuts are a nightmare to get going. Right. Once they're in, then it should be fine. Like they're just crap. They're just crap. Yay! Achievement unlocked. My first, rotating again. My first ever linear rail on a piece of extrusion. God, they're heavy. Jesus. Okay, good. Now, So, my plan of using this, I want to start off by building a system that can replace me for most of the boards get reflowed and go into the oven bit. Get reflowed and come out of the oven, and then I need to check them, right? So the idea is if I've got a pile of 50 panels, I want to be able to pick up a panel, stick it on there, push a button, and then it'll go at the end, it'll go, it's good, or possibly there's problems here, 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 and here, right? And then I know where to look. Will I trust it? Probably not. Not at the start. Eventually, I'll trust it, right? I need to write all the software to do that. I need to train it, blah, 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 blah. Once I get that working, the design of this, if you see here, it is, see the channel like this? It's designed to sit over my current conveyor. This will have to be elongated at this end, but the idea is that this could sit on my conveyor that goes from my pick and place to my reflow oven. And I'll have to hack the controller on there or make my own controller, replace it on the conveyor. But the idea would be that as the board comes out of the pick and place machine, when the green camera here detects it, it'll stop the conveyor. It can then check it pre-reflow. Hey Dutch maker, check it pre-reflow. And if it thinks all the parts are good to reflow, let it continue onto the oven. And if not, it can beep, beep, beep me and let me know, and I can take it off. I can fix and tweak the parts and then also go to the pick and place file in the pick and place and try to work out why they're not placing right. Yeah. And then check that way. And then what I could do is I could have one of these before reflow and build another one for after reflow just to confirm it. It's exactly the same code, exactly the same process. The only difference will be one is looking at pre-reflowed stuff, so it'll need to be trained on what pre-reflowed parts look like, and one will look at post-reflow. And then I've got optical inspection at both positions, and I could, if I ever get myself an automated stenciling system, right, then or even without an automated stenciling system, even what I do right now, if I put a conveyor at the start of my pick and place and load the pasted board before pick and placing into that, I could have a third one of these sitting there, and it could be doing paste inspection and make sure that the paste is right before it goes in, right? I could eventually have all three steps of the process with one of these machines on it doing exactly the same task, just with different learned data, different trained data for what it's looking for. Do all these pads look right for these 0402 components? Do they have good coverage on them when there's no 0402 component there, right? Will I have a reflow problem because there's a pad that's missing paste? Yeah, or it's got bad paste. Then, have all these parts been placed properly, right? If there are parts that have been shifted a little bit too far onto one pad, they're likely to tombstone, right? Do they look good or do they not? And then at the end, has everything reflowed properly? I could remove myself from most of this process with this one design and just different software tweaks. Will it be easy to make? No. Will it be quick to code up and get working right? No. Is it absolutely worth me doing? 100%. 150. Okay, I don't know why I just said that. So, there you go. And this camera's moved again. This blue tack is terrible. What is a tombstone? A tombstone is when... Okay. Tombstone is when, let's say you've got... you've got a resistor. No, I need... Okay, we'll do it this way. You've got a resistor and it's sitting on two pads, yeah? And when it solders, it should be touching both pads. But if it's sitting a little bit too far onto one pad, then the surface tension, when the solder reflows, it pulls, right? It's called surface tension. It can pull the part onto one pad and either make it not reflow on the other pad, like not touch it, or physically lift the component up, like a tombstone, in a cemetery, right? That's why it's called a tombstone. bit morbid, right? So it sometimes, depending on the weight of the part, can actually make it stand up, and it's only touching one pad. So that's obviously bad. Now, if it's standing up, that's quite easy to spot. But if it's only lifted a little bit and it's reflowed here, but this side here, at a quick glance, looks like it's reflowed, but from the side, it's not. The problem with that is that could still work. There still could be contact there, right? But that contact can fail over time because it's not a proper solder joint. That's extremely hard to see and spot, especially under a microscope when you're fatigued. Can I train my system to be able to detect stuff like that? I don't know yet. We'll see. We will see. So I need to start building this base. Next project, automated post-reflow probe testing. Nah. We'll see. Now I need a 400, and oh god, I'm gonna have to cut a whole bunch. I just realized you can't see what I'm looking at. I'm gonna have to cut a whole bunch of stuff, but maybe I'm not gonna be able to cut a bunch of stuff right now. I actually don't even have my. What did I get? I actually redesigned this a little bit, and I never put it into the CAD, and that's going to potentially be a problem. I have to remember what I was thinking. The 300s, right? That's for there and there. Yeah, got bits all over it. So, like for instance, on the top gantry. There's that, and these are 400s. Yeah. Okay, you can't see what I'm doing again. I don't have a view that's got fusion and this thing, so I'm just gonna have to wing it. Okay. Shorter 3D printed 2020. Shorter 3D printed 2020 is actually pretty structurally solid. Really? Hadn't thought of doing 3D printed extrusion. That's interesting. Okay. I don't even know if I can fit all this. Okay, I'm going to try one more time to get this camera to not turn. I might have to go to a different camera. So this is the working area. Okay. That's got to come off. Okay, let's try that again. So this is the working area I've got for the unit. Now, could it be bigger? Sure. I don't need bigger. So if I put this panel, it's not quite the biggest panel I've got, but it's pretty close. Okay, like in terms of length, like my biggest one won't be much bigger than this. Yeah. I'm going to bolt it together yet because I need to get things inside. I need to get linear rails in here and stuff first. So the idea is that the camera, when it moves around, right? It's like the small USB cameras. Where are my cameras? Wow, that is a box. Look at all these steppers and stuff, and oh my god, that's actually quite heavy. My camera's in here. I don't think my camera's in here. Where are my cameras? Oh, here we are. No, yes, no. Nope, not that one. Hello. Right, here we go. Yes, no. Cameras. There's one camera, two cameras. Okay, I've got so many boxes, project boxes for this stuff. So this is the camera that's going to be on this section here, right? So the camera just needs to get to here and here, right? It's like whatever the width of the linear rails and stuff and how far I can go, whatever. So long as I can go from, you know, here, like 300 millimeters, because this is going to be taking a photo to the center of a board. So there are stacks of room, like, you know what I mean? So the idea is the first camera, which is this one, which is an autofocus camera, right, which will be mounted up top here. So that'll be out the way. The board will come in. Blue, 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 blue. This camera will detect when it's in the center. Close enough, doesn't matter, right? And it'll stop. And then this will work out where the board is. Board edges, yeah? And then it's not used anymore. And it passes where the board edges are to, and then this other camera, so it knows what panel this is. The other camera then goes and takes, it's much lower, and so a global shutter takes individual photos of each board. So I'm getting full high res shots of how small the board is, and it can work out where the board is inside the image. The reason I'm doing it this way is because I can't get enough pixel data just from one camera that captures the whole panel, which is what I covered in my OpenCV live stream. So this is quite big, bigger than I was originally planning on doing it. But I'm concerned that once I put everything on it and I start limiting the range of movement, I'm going to end up doing a smaller area than I need. Hope that makes sense. So, yeah, I got no idea what I'm doing. I told you already. I need to take this off now. I need 2 of these put on, and these have to go on before I put the sides on. Maybe from the side. No, it can't do from the side. It's got to be from the top. Can't rotate the camera around. I'm going to get perspective changes and all sorts of stuff. But there are ways. There are ways I'm going to be dealing with stuff like that, which again I covered in my OpenCV stream. I talk about how I'm going to be making fake 3D images from the photos. So no, I don't need to go from the side. Hey Bruce, I don't need to see it from the side, and from the side is not going to happen. It's just not. It's not possible. Not with a system like this, and even $150,000 optical inspection systems don't take photos from the side. Okay, I need. Yeah, from the side's not needed, but you're going to have to wait and see how that works. Put everything. I've got Reflow Master stuff all over my bench, everywhere. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I'm going to keep these loose for now, but they have to go in because I'm going to put stuff on the end. So this is why I have this channel set up, because there's no way I could do this in a video, and I wouldn't want to do this in a video. This would be a nightmare to try to video of this. How can you see if it's tilted up then? You're going to have to wait and find out. I don't have to see if it's tilted up. Do you know much about like machine learning and stuff? Simulate binocular vision by taking 2 images from different points. I'm not going to do that. That is one way of doing it, but I don't want perspective. That's going to give me perspective, as in change of perspective. That's not going to help me for what I want to do, or the way I'm going to do it. Nope, I'm learning from you now. Right, so with machine learning, you teach we'll call it an algorithm, which it kind of is, but it's so not an algorithm. You teach it, like let's say it's a machine learning system that can sounds stupid. They can detect cats. You give it a whole lot of test data of what is a cat and what isn't a cat. That's what I'm going to do, Mike. So you spoiled it. Thanks very much. Now I don't have to do any more streaming or anything because you gave it all away. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. So with machine learning, you give it data to learn from. These are all cats. These are not cats. And then it can work out what's a cat and what's not a cat eventually. Yeah? Well, you give it, these are all good part placements for, let's say, 0402 horizontal, like not rotated. And these ones, you don't even have to teach it what's bad. You just have to teach it what's good. And anything that it can't find a close match for that's good is potentially bad. And it might not be bad. It might still be good, and it hasn't learnt from that yet. So there'll be some intervention from me required as it's being taught. But with my approach, the data it learns from is PCB agnostic, right? It doesn't matter which design it's come from, whether it's a tiny pico, a feather, whatever. If it's an 0402 component, or at least let's say on a black PCB, if it's an 0402 component, then it can use all its data for 0402 components to see, but can it see if there's a little tilt? It doesn't have to see if there's a tilt. That's my point. It doesn't have to know if it's tilted or not. I'm going to just gently, so it doesn't fall off or move, screw these in. It just has to say, does it look like? So if there's a slight tilt on it, it'll look different to what ones that don't have a slight tilt on it will look like. So if it doesn't look like all of the good ones it's got, the chances are it's a bad one. Whether it's because of a tilt or a bit of rotation sideways or whatever, right? Well, the higher the resolution I've got, the more pixel data I've got. The more pixel data I've got, the better comparisons I can do. Yes. So that's one of the reasons for the high res stuff. Okay, so now so I'm going to need corners in here. Look, I might not be using the best way of making this. I'm just letting you know. So, feel free to, or don't feel free to shoot me down. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. I know these are not great. I know they're not. And I can always change it later. Large, massive data sets are normally used for ML stuff from what I've seen. Yeah, the more data you've got, the better your chances of detecting, of what you're detecting is going to work. That said, though, I'm not going to be able to, like, this is going to have to build its own data. Make M5 in the end and a small huel in the other to put your... Sorry, put an M5 in the end and a small what? A small hole in the other. I don't know what you mean. I'm looking forward to the results as well. But yeah, so mine's going to have to learn. So this is going to be a very laborious task for me at the start, because it's going to have to... Well, I've already got a system. It goes and captures all the parts, and it actually builds... It captures all the parts on the board. It builds a... this is going to keep falling off. and it builds a I can't talk and concentrate at the same time. Builds a massive library. Like, it goes and actually stores every single image of every single part it captures, and it knows the part, so it categorizes them all together. So I end up with a folder structure that's got thousands of 0402 components in it, thousands of resistors and caps, all in different folders, 90-degree versions and 0-degree versions, right? And I've got folders full of caps and folders full of whatever. How many initial panels until it has a reliable... Well, I'm not using machine learning, so that's the first thing. I'm not using machine learning. Machine learning won't help me yet in this situation because I don't have a way of training a model, because I don't have a model, because I don't have data, and because I'm going to be doing something more complex than... potentially more complex. I know this sounds so stupid. Not more complex than machine learning, but more complex than a single comparison of photos. Like my plan eventually. Plus, I want my board, I want my software, I don't want, like, so in my example that I did with OpenCV in that stream, I told the software what the board was. Like I said, this is a Tiny Pico panel, yeah? I don't have an Ender 3. I've got a Prusa. I don't... I'm just going to get this frame together. Like, I can always redo it with something else. It's on the right way. I was using the pick and place file for my Tiny Pico panel, for instance, my USB-C Tiny Pico panel, to tell the software this is what the board is, right, with all its measurements and where all the part placement is. I actually don't want to do that. I want to eventually, once I've got enough data, I want to be able to just put a panel of boards under there, and I want the software to work out what the board is based on all the parts on the panel, right? I don't have to tell it anything. So put something under there, it'll go, okay, I found a whole bunch of these parts. These look like resistors. These look like caps. These look like QFNs, whatever, blah, blah, blah. This is a USB connector and it looks like a USB-C based on all my data. And this is where they all are. This is a Tiny Pico USB-C. That's what I want to teach the thing. And so, like, there's too many steps to what I want to do to just use a machine learning algorithm. And I absolutely do not know enough about machine learning anyway to even pull off a machine learning solution. And it's all black box. This is a picture of a cat. If you see a cat, stop the line, right? Or this is missing a whole bunch of parts. Like, where there's no resistor on this part. There should be one. What's going on? That type of stuff. I don't want anyone to cringe at me, please, about how I'm building this. My assumption is I'll have to rebuild this many, many times. How to send a link. I will make you a moderator temporarily so you can post a link. Oops. Add as moderator. Okay, you can post a link here if you want to. Yeah, or you can post it on my Discord. Now, what I don't have, and it would be really useful, is one of those Allen key things with a ball thing on the end of it. That would really be useful. I'm not tightening, I just want it to get a little bit. Yes, it is wobble around too much. I really don't think, it's not even in view. I don't think this is going to be a good idea, these things. I don't know if it's just the ones I chose or whatever, but I know it's not locked in yet, but there's just too much movement. Are these screws too long? These screws might be too long. That'll also be a problem. That's a little annoying. I've got washers. So yeah, should the ends be longer and have one of those at the other sides? Well, okay, so right now the design, it's going to be changing. As in, I'm not trying to build it exactly to what's in my thing. So my original idea was, yes, I could. I could do this, right? But I don't know if I can afford to lose that much extra space right now, right? That means I've actually lost 40 millimeters of width. Until I know, you know, where my other limitation is going to be. If I would have done this already, like, then, you know, once you tighten them, they work enough. Once 4 corners are in, I don't know. Okay, open window. Right, okay. Yeah, so right now I'm not looking at drilling or tapping anything. That might be the right way to do it, but right now I don't want to do that, because I might pull all this apart again and go, this isn't working. This is just a proof of concept and a learning exercise. And again, my sizes might be totally out, and my yeah. I expect that I'm going to rebuild this thing 10 times until I get the design right. I think the issue here is that the screws are too long. I've got washers. I can put washers on. I've got shorter screws. Oops, and that just fell in the wrong hole. But I don't think I've got enough shorter screws. I've got a whole bunch of these flat black ones, but I don't think I've got enough. But I think that's the problem here, that I'm not going to get it tight enough because the screw is hitting the inside, and so it won't tighten anymore. This is a sensible way to do things when reducing costs for large-scale manufacturing, like 3D printers. Right, except you still have a better idea of what you're doing. Won't help you now, say on, but check out the 2020 corner cubes. I've got 2020 corner cubes. You mean these? You talking about those? I've got stacks of these, but that won't help me because I don't want pieces sticking up. Alright. No, not those. Okay, 2020 corner cubes. Or are they something 3D printed? 2020 corner cubes. Oh, right. Those things. Right, but that changes, again, that's going to completely change the... So Kevin's talking about these. But that's going to completely change my dimensions. So many windows. Right, those things, right. Yeah, so that's going to completely change my dimensions, which is something I don't particularly want to do right now. Video is not working on Firefox. Sorry, Raglos. Hello, by the way. Sorry, can't help you. I have no idea. Don't use Firefox. Those require tapping threads. Yeah, I'm just, yeah. Yeah, that's the... So I can either load these screws up, the silver ones with washers, or I can just use these black ones, but I'm not going to have enough. That's the problem. Well, I can get more. I don't need enough for today. I've got enough for today, I think, because I'm not going to get much of this thing built today, I don't think. I wouldn't think. So I reckon that's going to be a better fit. So I need to invest in some good Allen keys that have got the ball thing at the end. Also, doing this on a flat surface is really not a great idea. I wouldn't think. Oh, God. How am I supposed to... I think what I need to do is do it off the end of the bench, maybe. Or at least do it this way so I can see what I'm doing. See, why is that? So that doesn't make any sense. These can't be also too long. Why is this moving around? Wearer brand Allen keys are awesome. Wearer brand. Any idea where I can buy them from? So what? See, why is this? So that it's still hitting the inside on this extrusion, but not on this one. Why is that doing that? Master Pro from last week. Hey, CVRSE, is that like curse but with a V? I have ordered new Rifflemaster Pro PCBs with a massive design change on them. So, can't guarantee the new ones are going to work either. The deeper 24, you might have a deeper channel. No, they're the same. Yeah, they look the same. So this just won't go into this nut anymore. I don't understand why. Use 6. I don't have 6. What is this actually, by the way? But I don't. Calipers. Okay, I've actually got some stuff in my shopping cart with Mechatronics. Okay, I might have some 6s. Well, the problem with the 6 is they won't be loose enough to get in. If I use a 6 here, I don't think it's going to be loose enough. To get in the channel, if you know what I mean. Yeah, that's not going to, I don't think that's going to get in the channel. Maybe. Oh, no. Oh, maybe. Oh, okay. Okay, well, that's tighter. Never like, yeah, I don't like them either, but it's all I've got right now, and it's gonna have to do for the moment. So I'm gonna have to replace. I'm gonna have to use the two different types for the moment to make sure I've got enough. Oh, I'm sure you have. I've made nothing with 2020 or with any extrusion, and I feel, as I said, like a complete and utter noob idiot. But, you know, we'll get there. Oh, God. My fingers. That's disgusting. Okay. We'll get there. Like, I want to get to the point where I can at least move the camera around with my hands, so I can start working on the software to see if what I'm trying to do. Look, I'm sure what I want to do and how I want to do it is going to work, but until I've actually got it working, it's just an idea, right? It's just vaporware. God, these things are terrible to work with. Bloody hell. Okay. Sorry. don't mind me. 40-40 and 40-80, yeah, that's... I don't need stability for this. I mean, 2020 honestly is going to be fine. I want it to be lightweight, not heavy, and I want it to easy to pick up and move around if I need. Oh no, that came out. Oh, bloody hell. It'd be a great way if there was a way to keep these T-nuts straight. And you want to insert them. Okay, there we go. That wasn't challenging, was it? Oh no, what happened here? Came out again. And why is this moved? Oh, I'm gonna have the same problems. These are, I think these are also going to be touching the inside. Don't know how that shifted. I thought I had it tighter. I have to use shorter screws for this as well. $10.10. I've never seen $10.10. Maybe I should have done $10.10. How do you keep the T-nut straight? That's the question. Portable PC using 1010. Wow, I've never even heard of it. Cost is not important sometimes. No, it's not. Not sometimes. I need a way of keeping that straight. Okay, I've almost got almost got a rectangle. Almost. Oh man. Ball bearing nuts are nice for assembly for sure. Ball bearing nuts. Oh, who what? Whose balls? Someone's balls are overbearing, did you say? Yeah, that wasn't even funny. Okay. 1, 2. And 1, 2. I'm glad I sorted all these screws out. Issue of tightening, and they haven't turned in the channel. Okay, you guys can just talk amongst yourself with all this stuff that I have no idea what you're talking about. That's fine. See, I'm pretty sure I'm going to forget that I need to put something else somewhere, and then I'm going to have to undo it again. I don't think there's any T-nuts I need to be pre-inserting anywhere, but I could be wrong. Oh, come on. T-nut. Also, it's really great how some of these T-nuts, like the holes are just all over the place. I should be checking here. Nothing. Good. You are going in there. Get in there. Get in there. Oh my god. So get in there. I should chamfer the edges. Oh, look at that. It's now come loose. What happened there? How'd that come loose? Okay. It's not frustrating at all. The current project is a small 30 by 50 CNC made of 2020. I wish I would have got smaller linear rails. These are massive. I don't know why I've got such big, thick ones. I don't need it. Like, I'm moving a camera around that weighs nothing. Do you need lock washers? I might. Yeah, I've seen those as well, but that I can't use these at the moment. There's no free side, I don't think, that I can use these. They can't be on the top. Maybe they can. No, they can't be on the top, and they can't be on the bottom, because there's going to be more stuff I need to build. Right? I mean, they can't go at the top here because I've got linear rails in the way. And they can't go at the bottom underneath because I've got more stuff going down. So, I might have to put washers on. We'll see. We'll see on... God, that's a bad joke. Okay. Cheap Allen... Oh, cool. Keen, don't send me AliExpress links. I just saw you. In Discord, I just saw your thing. I'm not waiting for AliExpress on anything. So I already had to wait a month to get all this stuff. No, a month and a half. Like, yeah. If it's not available to me locally, I don't want it. I need this this project. I mean, I'm not trying to waste money, but I need this project going. And the only way it's going to be going is to not have to wait for parts. Oh, doorbell. I wonder who that is. Could be a courier. Be nice if it is, but most likely it won't be for me. It'll be for Yuz. But who knows? I'm sure if it's for me, she'll let me know, or she won't, because she knows I'm streaming. Come on. Come on, T-Nut. Don't be Wow, what a biatch. It's putting screws into the end holes and double channels. Help. Yeah, this is just all prototyping right now. I'm not doing anything permanent, so I'm not going to be. I don't want to drill any holes. I don't want to. Yeah, I'm not looking at doing anything right now that is permanent, if that makes sense. I don't even know if this is the right size and shape I'm going to build. I need to. Like, I've got it in Fusion, and I don't necessarily trust that what I design in Fusion is going to be the right design. So until I have something actually moving and working here, That's interesting. Not really. Yeah, I bought a lot of this stuff from Maker Store. Unfortunately, so Maker Store in Melbourne, about 35 minutes away from me. I ordered stuff from them, got them. They shipped it Australia Post, and it took 36 days to get to me. Because Australia Post are just, yeah. And I had lots of fights about it. No, put those screw heads into the T-slots, into the end bits. Well, firstly, they're not tapped. And I don't want them into the end. It's going to change the shape. Right? But I'll work something out. Like, eventually, it's fine. It's fine. Like, again, this doesn't even have to be so solid. Preferably, it's going to be square-ish. But it doesn't even have to be perfectly square. Just say it again. A wow stick 1F plus is so much easier to put it. I don't know what that is. Whatever that is. Why is that twisted? That feels. It's also twisted here. Yeah, I don't think I'm even going to get this level in straight much, but that's okay. Screws into the doubles, then slide into the channel. Right. Oh, I see what you're saying, but they're not tapped. And I don't even know if, I don't think I've got it. Oh, do I have a tap? There's no thread in them. Hey, Marius. Well, hello there. I'm building a 3D printer, Marius. No, not really. Not really. I can't get these tight enough using this screwdriver. Anyway. I don't know if this is going to sit flat. Let the man prototype. No, I'm okay. I'm good. I'm good. I mean, that's actually a really clever idea. So for those just like me who didn't understand, actually, those small ones are tapped. That end's not. That end is. That's interesting. What is it tapped with? 5 or a 4? A 5. Look at that. So regulators were saying, put the T-nuts here and then slide that on and give it strength that way. Wait, no, hang on. That won't work. How does that work? That wouldn't work. Because how would you tighten the T-nut? Anyway, that's fine. Okay, Alan, can you actually do me a favour? Can you post it in my Discord? Join my Discord if you're not on there already. Post it into the live stream channel because that way I don't have to keep clicking on the links. Like I can see whatever you're posting already in Discord. Yeah, can you do that for me, please? No, he's saying use the corner brace on the end into the tapped end. The corner brace. I don't know what. How about? So I don't understand how that works. The corner tap. If you go to my website, unexpectedmaker.com, there'll be a Discord link on there for my server. Click on that, and then you can just join my server. So instead of using the T-slot nut, you would just screw. How would I screw it directly into the tapped end? I don't understand. What am I screwing into the tapped end? The tapped end is here. Oops. The tapped end is here, right? How am I getting a screwdriver into the tapped end? How do I do that? I don't understand. The corner brace. This corner brace I'm totally at a loss, but I'm willing to. I want to learn. I want to learn. So here's a corner brace. You're talking about this corner, okay? Here's 2040. How am I? Where am I doing? I don't understand. How am I going to put anything in this end that's going to allow it to go to like this? Like what? Like this? Huh? I need this. I need this shape. How do I do that? Where does that go? These are not tapped, are they? No. Yeah, I still don't understand. Sorry. I'm not trying to be obtuse. Push the 2020 over a bit to expose. Right, but that changes my dimensions. You mean like this? Slide it back and insert it on the corner. I mean, but we already spoke about me doing this. Like if I was going to do that, I could just do this, right? But it's changing my dimensions. And I need to make sure that I'm okay with doing that first. Either way, if I'm doing it, if I'm making it narrower this way or making it... But that's still... I don't understand how that stops me from twisting because I don't have these ends tapped. Both bits of extrusion would need to be tapped, right? Well, it's not slightly. It's 20 millimeters. I lose 40 millimeters. So you're talking about like that. I mean, I don't mind that. I prefer that than this. I prefer it was a bit bigger than a bit shorter. Yeah, none of these are tapped. So this just by fluke, this end is tapped. This end isn't. Obviously their long pieces are tapped, but then they cut them. And then that's not tapped. None of these lengths are tapped. I think I bought a tap. I did, actually. But I bought one from China. So it's going to be shit. But I've got no vice here. And yeah, I don't want to start tapping right now. This is okay right now, just for experimenting with. Like it really is. And then once I get potentially the rest of it on, it'll hold it a bit better, maybe. Oh, you were talking about a blind screw. Blind screw. What do you mean by a blind screw? How is a blind screw going to help? I know what a blind screw is, but how's that going to work? How's it no tapping? Sorry, that was a bad joke. How was a blind screw going to help me with no tapping? Right. It would still require tapping. Yeah. This would look zealously already did, but there is an extra screw hidden between the single and double. Right, but how do I tighten it? So, like, if I had... So here's a blind screw. Oh, that's the wrong size screw though, isn't it? Is it? I think it might be. I think that might be the wrong size blind screw for these ones, but oh no, it's not. Okay, so here's a blind screw. But how do I? You wouldn't tighten it. If I'm not going to tighten it, then it's still going to be loose. How's that going to help me? Prevent it from... Well, it will skew. It'll skew a little bit because it'll be loose. You know what I mean? Like it'll prevent it from skewing massively, but it'll still be... Yeah, okay. I'm pretty sure these screws are the wrong length. Which ones did I use? And they're too short. Great. So I don't have... Okay, I don't have the right size screw for these. But prototype on, and that is what I'm doing. Now, I guess the easiest way to work out where I want the guides to be is... Actually, I want them to be further back than front. I don't want them centered. Because I want the head to move as far back as possible. Yay! I can see you, Alan. Thank you. Wow, stick 1F. Okay, I'll have a look in 1 second. Well, sounds like a something for an iPhone. For a selfie stick. Now you know that when I take out the blocks, I'm going to lose all the ball bearings, right? Also square the frame now. Well, the frame doesn't have to be square. It really doesn't. But yes, I will. I will in a second. Okay, hang on. Duck, duck, go. Really? What's wrong with Google? Oh, you mean the screwdriver? Is that got enough torque? Yeah, I know the screwdriver. Does it have enough torque? Right angle, yeah, on the corner. Laser, just don't over tighten them. Hey, Iggy. Yeah, I don't want to, well, I don't really have I don't have room for corner plates right now. Well, I might after I work this out. It does have enough torque? Okay. Yeah, I might have, well, I could do it as extra, right? Not in the freaking frame. I can, you know, I could always put a plate here. Now that that's in there. That's okay. Don't be sorry. And I can always buy metal ones. Like, yeah. Like, I don't have to worry about it. Acrylic, you know, I don't have to use acrylic. I'm quite happy to stock up on stuff for this type of thing. Like, and I want it to be easily reproducible, as I mentioned before, if I end up finding this is a good solution for multiple stages. I want to be able to build multiple of them. And I also want to allow other people to build these if they want to. So I want to not have to include laser cutting if possible, or stuff. Don't bother with a wow stick. I really think just having one of those, what do you call it, Allen, well, even an Allen key is going to be really hard to turn and really get tight. I've actually got I've got a little what do you call it, Ryobi, like a little electric screwdriver. I could just go and grab that and use that. But again, like, I don't think I'll get it as tight as that was just me scratching my bum, by the way. Yep. So use the CAD files from Open Builds to laser MOD without buying the metal plates first. Use CAD files from Open Builds. Right, okay, yes, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Or I could just, don't have to use the CAD file from there. I'm pretty sure I could whip something up pretty quickly. And I might end up, you know, I could then do something much more custom. Like, I might end up, yes, I can see these screws are actually going into the extrusion. These screws are the wrong length. But it'll do for now. And they should be both the same length. And is it square? Well, who knows? I can't even get a set square into the corner now because of these things. To make 2-handle Allen wrenches. Okay, cool. Okay. Now, again, I don't know. Like I'm hoping I have almost enough of the right size stuff to not have to cut, but there are some things I'm going to need to cut, which is annoying. But there are also some things that I can just order pre-cut from Maker Store, and I've spoken to them about just doing a pickup next time. Whatever I order, I'll just go pick it up. Or the carriage will bind. What? Have a commercial plate to use later if you wish. Commercial plate to use later. If I buy them. I'm sorry. So just back to here. So you all can see. Yeah, it's not going to work. So the reason I've got a double on the side is because I need clearance for these top beams, right? And how high they need to go, I don't know yet. I don't know what length I need to use here for that, because I don't know how high the camera needs to sit yet. I want the camera to be as low as possible, but they can still capture a really good region. And I don't have to worry about the focal length because it's autofocus. So then what is put 2020 inside the frame? Put the 2020, what do you mean 2020 inside? Put the 2020 inside the frame. I'm not sure what you mean. What do you mean, inside? Which bit? I can't have anything in here. This has got to be completely 100% clear. The only thing that can be here now is one crossbeam. Oh, you can't even see what I'm looking at. Oh, sorry, start again. This has to be 100%. This camera has moved again. Has to be 100% open. Have it at the end of the 2040. Have what? I don't know what you mean. The only thing that can be here now is this. This is the only thing that is allowed to be, nothing else. So I'm not quite sure what you mean. This has to go all the way back to here, as far back as possible, to leave this area here as open as possible. So I don't know how far back I'm going to be able to get. I think I'm going to have a problem. Maybe I could always mount it further back on it. 2020 is at the end of the 240 now. Yeah. I don't put the 2020 inside. Why do I want the 2020 inside? That'll make it longer and narrower. Why do I want that? Sorry, you're gonna have to explain to me why I would want to do that. Then you have room for the 2040. I have room for what 2040? Right now, the only 2040 on this whole build are these two side pieces. That's it. There is no other 2040. So, yeah, I'm trying to understand what you mean. Although I was thinking I could use these. That. The 2020 on the is too long. No, what do you mean? What, this here is too long? No, I want it long. I don't need this to go the whole length of the thing. I want more open space. Like, you need to understand, this is not like a laser cutter or a 3D printer where if this is here, so I don't know how long these are going to be, right? But let's say that's there, right? Let's just do this for argument's sake. Yeah, let's say this is as far as it can go. Right? You see this? Let's say that's maybe let me show it from the other end. This camera is just pissing me off. Okay, let's show it from this end. So let's say that's as far back as they can go. Yeah, see the gap there? And then I've got this sitting here. Yeah? That's okay. I'll tell you why. Hey, Yumbo Prime. This is not like a 3D printer or a laser cutter where this is the furthest it can go. Like, let's say this was attached to this. Yeah? That means I can't laser cut any further backwards than this. Yeah? But no, that's not what this is. I have a camera. If that point there is as far back as it can go, that's the center. That's the center of what my camera can see. My camera can see further back. I think Alan meant that the 2020 going between the two rails. You mean these ones? Is no longer too long and needed cutting. No, it'll be too short. If this is inside, then this is too short and it won't reach the rails. I'm not worried about how long this is at the moment. At the moment, I'm not worried about how long this is. Like, I can cut this down later. But if it's if this was inside, then this would only come to here, and it wouldn't reach the plate. I'd have to 3D print or put a wider plate on it. I don't want to put a wider plate on it. So why are you elevating the base? Because it's going to sit over a conveyor. But your cam says something else. No, it doesn't. What do you mean? It says something else. I mean, the piece I've put here is 360. It needs to be cut. That one needs to be cut down. I don't know how long it needs to be yet, because I don't know how wide these things are. But this is exactly what I'm building right now. If this here, which is 400, goes inside, I need something that's 480 to go on the outside. It doesn't matter which way the conveyor goes, Mike, but in my case, left to right. But it doesn't matter which way it goes. Okay. So I need to decide what I'm working on next, though. I don't really want to put these on yet. It has to straddle the conveyor this way. The boards go this way. I don't want to put these on yet because I've got no way of stopping them from falling off, and I don't really want to lose all the bearings on them. But then the only other thing I can do is put a frame, on the sides to hold a piece that's, and I don't know how tall I need that to be. I don't know how high this camera needs to be yet. So this is not going to fit in the camera, so I need, in the screen, I need to have these upright and then a piece going across. And the piece going across has got to have to be long. I can't put these on here because then the linear rail won't move past. Up is to find the board dimension. The upper one is to find the board dimensions, and the bottom one is to capture the actual image, the data. Right, yes. So now the problem with this is my idea of holding these on here, we're going to be putting these sideways like this and like this, which I know is not great because that's not what they're designed for. They've got these little nubbin things sticking on the bottom, which is really frustrating, right? But like this, and then that would go wrong side of the camera. But anyway, that would go like that to hold it in place. And I think that still might work. I just don't know how. So I'm going to try that. See how that goes. Take the 2 knots off. Right, except they're metal. So yeah, I can go and grind them off, but I'm not going to do that just yet. If you put your 2 cross members on top of the 2040 at the ends of your rails. Yeah, but that's not where I want them. Yeah, I don't want to capture the end of them like that, Jonathan. Hi, by the way. I might need more clearance than that. Like, I don't know how far back I want them to go yet. So, yeah, this is just me prototyping, okay? Blue tape to the rescue. I'm seriously going to run out of stuff. I imagine this is going to take me quite a few goes. That's the wrong size. Quite a few streams, days, whatever. Working on it on a stream, not working on it on a stream. I don't know. We'll see how we go. I think that it's going to be a quite a long-term project. Yeah, I can blue tape the rail, like just to stop it from sliding off. But my point is, I don't want to. I don't even want to open them yet. I'm just likely to just get. See, that works way better. The nubbins sticking out. I'm likely to just get ball bearings everywhere and just make a mess and lose them and knock them, and I'll be in a hurry to take this off the desk for some reason, and I'll, like I need to get my reflow oven, my toaster oven back on here to keep working on Reflow Master Pro as soon as I get my boards, and yeah, so this has to be easily moved around while I'm working and maybe live on the floor or live under my couch for a while. Jeez, okay, you can't see what I'm doing. I'm trying to get this T-nut in and I can't. Oh, you piece of... This is not a great endorsement for working on mechanical stuff, huh? Okay, so I need 2 smallies. If I can get a frame on here now, I'm going to have a really long piece crossbar to go across here. If I can get a frame on here now, or sorry, when I say now, like as soon as I can, that allows me to mount, even with tape, mount the camera, the autofocus camera, and then I can start playing with OpenCV again in my spare time, because I have a camera there. I have data from the camera. You see, I now can't get this in because I didn't leave an end open. Ah, I knew I was going to have to put more T-nuts in. Didn't I say that before? Look at Discord. Klein tools, hex key, kit with stand, ball end. Okay, cool. But it's Amazon. Take forever. You talking about there or somewhere else on Discord? Wagon loads? So I'm going to have to now undo this again. I'm so annoyed. I knew this was going to happen. Knew it. But I just need it to move a little bit, just so I can get these in. One. Get my tweezers out. Two, come on, you can do it. Yay. Okay, yay. Step Craft CNC has same form factor you are making. So where did you post that on Discord? Sorry. And it can't be the same form factor as what I'm making. Does it? Have you seen all the rest of what I'm making yet? In live streaming. I'm in the live streaming channel. Where did I miss? I don't see anything from Stepcraft. What? Oh, you posted in Tiny Pico projects. Is that what you're talking about? That is totally different to my design. I can't use that at all. Crunchy bits. Yeah, he's posted in Tiny Pico projects. So just for clarification, that is so different to my design than that it's yeah. 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 Mine can't have a base at all. No, it can't have and then it can't have a thing in the middle that moves around like that. That doesn't move around for me. Like, it's got to be, yeah. That's going to knock it. It's different. Like, it might seem the same from an XY rail thing, but it's not. It's not. Yeah. You need T-nuts you can put into the 2020. I have to... Oh, you can insert those, can you? Ah, cool. Right. Mine doesn't move in Z. Mine's going to be super low on the Z. I've got two cameras on mine in two different places. One's fixed and one's moving. And it's not the middle has to be removed. It's got to be sitting above a conveyor. Anyway, yeah, I saw your link. I saw the picture, Alan. Okay, I'm getting bogged down by links. One needs a collection of Allen keys. Yeah, look at that. That's a lot. Right, so those ones, they twist in, do they? Okay, cool. Yeah, okay. I don't mean to be rude. Please don't advise me on other things. This is what I'm building. My design. I'm not looking for someone else's design. I'm not looking for a pre-existing anything. Just letting you know. I don't mean to be rude. I appreciate... Oh, no. Screwed the pooch on that one. Okay, I haven't even put the other end in yet. Yeah. I've got lots and lots of reasons for my design being exactly how it is. So, yeah. Yep, that's how I'm going to build it. No advice. Have you seen this show before? Well, I'm not going to look. If you give me the advice, I'm just not going to look. That's all. But I'm apologising in advance and saying I appreciate this suggestions, but it's, you know, I've not shared every single nuance of every single design decision I've done with this. And I don't want to buy an existing system. This needs to be rebuildable and buildable by other people and by me if I feel like it, if I want to. So, yeah. I'm so annoyed that I just pulled that screw out too far. Get two nuts you can put in the end and then you twist it. Yeah. Yeah, I understand. I've seen those before. I don't have any of them. So it kind of doesn't help me right this second. But yeah. There are... I believe over time there'll be lots of things that I collect. If this doesn't put me off working on this stuff for the rest of my life. So this was self-sealing. This was a liar. It's not that you guys don't know what you're talking about. It's just that I've got a reason for the way I'm doing stuff, which may not be apparent yet. But until you see it moving and working, and as I said, I need this to be like if someone else wants to make this design, they should be able to without going and buying a pre-existing frame or system or anything else. I mean, I'm really not looking forward to having to do the electronics, not the electronics for this, the working out really how I'm going to set the steppers up, and like I'm going to, like my belt tensioning systems and everything else, they're going to be completely ad hoc as I go. Like my expectation is that until I've got it assembled, I'm not even going to be able to work all that out. Come on, yep. Okay, 1, 2. This is going to be a nightmare to get back on. Maybe. Yeah, it's loose. Hey, Pro Engineer, we are building just an initial prototype frame for a fully custom PCB optical inspection system that I'm designing. That's not going to get back in. Yes, that's not going to work. How am I going to do this? How am I going to get this back in and line it up? I don't think I'm going to be able to because I can't see. Oh my god, it's magnetic. That's really annoying. I need something that's not magnetic. What have I got that's not magnetic? Another screwdriver is also magnetic. I really know this is not a clever way to do this, but I really don't want to have to pull it out and do it again. I just need to get it. I'll catch it eventually, but not that time. Come on, you can do it. There's my tweezers. Oh. What length extrusion do you have there? Length. Oh, this one is 40 centimeters. This particular piece. Put the nut in first. The nut is. What do you mean? It is in. Oh, I got it. I did get it. This is really... Yeah, these corners are are not going to stay. They're not going to stay. They're really not good. They're not good. They're not staying. This is terrible. I'm learning the absolute hard way. I know I am. I know. Absolutely. Yep. No doubt. No question. Shocking. But this is all I have here to work with. I will gladly get other material to work with. And after this, I will spend my Sunday building a shopping cart full of all sorts of stuff and ordering it on Monday morning and picking it up Monday afternoon. Oh my god. Okay. So, I have these two really wonky bits. And so, how am I going to work out where they're going to go? Well, I want them to be more forward than back. Not that far. What's the shortest piece of extrusion I've got? We've got shorter than this. Nope. Okay. What can I use just to measure of where it's going to go? How about a PCB? No, too short. You'd have a contest on how many times you need to take the thing apart for more nuts. Yeah, I know. I'm hoping this is the last time. Like, really. Where's my... Really? Do I not have... something shorter that I can use that's consistent? Well, what about the length of a Reflow Master Reflow Master case? No, that's not long enough. That's a bad idea. Okay, what about my heatsink? Heatsink sounds good. Is that which way's? Okay, that's good. That'll do. That'll do, as long as it stays still. Nope, it's not. What's it not? It's not the last time? Oh, ye of little faith. Ye of little faith. Don't burst my bubble like that. No, it won't be the last time, because I'm going to have to pull the whole thing apart, because this is just not stable. Not stable. Okay, now, so you guys can't see this now, hang on. Let's see if I can raise my crappy webcam. Come on, webcam. Sorry. You can see me. Hi. God, it's blown out color-wise. So that goes there. Like that. And then raise it up and down. Maybe. I don't need to move it like on the Z, as in electronically. It'll be fixed height. Entire thing with doubles. What if you mounted the whole double and mounted the frame parts upright on the sides for gantry? Because I don't have any more doubles here. This is all I've got to work with. So I could redesign it all from scratch and order all brand new extrusion, but right now I don't want to do that. Add them for, yeah. So I want to, okay, I need 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I don't really need the, I can 3D print a bracket for that bit. I mean, really, like, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm gonna run out of T-nuts. Do you want the camera at my face like this, or do you want the camera lower down? Tonight. Put some into it anyway. Yeah, I will. I can. I might. Maybe. If I do that though, then I can't go, oh my god, I didn't put T-nuts into it later to make you be right. Okay. Bum, bum, bum. How many T-nuts am I going to put in, and which ones I'm going to put? But I don't even know what side I want the T-nuts on yet. Probably the bottom. Okay, I'm going to put 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's get that's on the top. Okay, so now I want them on the bottom because I want the camera. See, now you can't even see that. Hang on. I want the camera mounted like this. Down, facing down. Like that. So they're on the bottom. Some for light. What? No, I won't be lighting from here. Lighting is going to be problematic. But lighting will most likely be from the inside, which is why on each edge. Strip lights on each edge. Yeah. Well, how that's going to work is yet to be determined. Yet to be determined. You need to diffuse it. No, I don't. I don't want to diffuse it at all. But you're going to have to wait and see how that works. I'm not taking product lighting with this. Okay, so for the moment, I guess the only way I can really... Oh, nice. That's okay. I knew that was going to happen because I hadn't tightened it enough. Let's try that again. Okay, so I'm going to make it go all the way to the top. Will not shine, light up the PCB then. No, you'll see. Are you using... They're saying the camera does not move, but only the lower part moves. There's another camera mounted on the lower part. There are two cameras. Two cameras. One, two, oop, drop one. Yeah, jigsaw puzzle is a polite way of saying it's a cluster F. You can just get out of the way for the moment. Okay, so the top camera is an autofocus camera for board detection. The bottom camera is a global shutter camera to take all the photographs. Now this is going to be interesting because once I put one end in, I'm not going to be able to get the other end in easy, I don't believe. So I'm going to have to come on, thank you. I have to now put the T-nut in. And then okay, you tighten, take the bracket off and put the bracket on the one part in your hand. Well, no, that worked. Sorry, you can't even see both sides, but now that's worked, and that's, yep. And now I just need to yeah, so guess who didn't put the other T-nuts in? How funny. How funny. There you go, it happened. It happened. I have to take these ones out, because these are different size ones. That serves me right. They're, oh, what? Did I get these mixed up? Hang on. Oh, I got some in the wrong. No, that's right. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So, yeah. It happened. Okay, I need 1. 2, 3, 4, and 5. There we go. Done. Now, okay. And I need to somehow get under and get these in. Okay. Now, there is one. I don't know how I'm going to see this. I have to turn this on its side, I think, which is going to be interesting. Look about that's funny. Okay, you can't see what I'm doing again. Down. There we go. Now you can see what I'm doing. So I don't even know if it needs these extra ones. Again, it's not load bearing in any way. It's just holding a camera. But I feel like, how about building in Lego? It's not a bad idea. If you could buy a Lego that was this, like with big beams, that'd be great. Although it can't use Lego for the mechanics though. Okay, there we go. There you go, that's there it is. So, it's my frame. I don't think I've got a way of getting the camera in there right now, but maybe. What size thread is that? Did I fluke this as an M4? Oh my god, that's an M4. Jeez. Except I need to go this way, and I'm not going to be able to screw it if I do that. I need to thread this way. This is where I can do with an Allen key that's, you know, drill it up. Yeah, I'm going to 3D print a bracket. Like, that's fine. I just don't have one. I haven't built one yet. I haven't 3D printed one yet. I just thought that maybe I could, if I could squeeze this in, I'm not going to be able to tighten it. Just blue tack. Anyway. So what I want to know is, this is where it's going to be interesting. Let's see if I can even, this will be a fluke if I can get any of this working. So, this will be a total fluke. This is not the Raspberry Pi I'm going to be using, but I might be able to bring up a window of the camera. I'm just going to put some of this away, move it out of the way so I can get my keyboard. So like there's a panel there. Whew, this will be interesting. I was wanting to mount a Raspberry Pi, nano case and breadboard on a Lego base plate. Yeah, that'd be very cool. I think there already are some Lego based Raspberry Pi cases. Okay, so desktop capture. And cannot currently show the desktop. Oh, hang on. Why is that unplugged? Right, I don't even need that. Why is this not? Oh, maybe it's still booting. Hang on. Oh, it's got an SD card in there. Why is that not booting up? So I'm using VNC to get to put the stepper on the site where the belt is to prevent twist. Okay, I'm not even close to up to that point yet. Why can't I get to this machine? Maybe it's not even 169. ping it. Can I SSH to it? Connection refused. Maybe that's not the IP address anymore. Oh, that's not good. You're doing a morning walk. Very nice. Why is that? Why is that Raspberry Pi not coming up anymore? Which Raspberry Pi is this? I've got so many Raspberry Pis now. I don't know which Raspberry Pi I'm connected to. I should be able to... on Garage Pi. That's interesting. Is this Sam? Why is this... Has Sam changed his IP address? Ooh, this is Sam. Okay. This is not what I want. Sam's changed his IP... Well, how's this changed his IP address? It should be static. That should be static. That's really annoying. Ooh, so what's Iggy designed today? He's been designing something. Ooh, laser. Is that laser? Is that a mirror for the laser? Give each Pi a different desktop. Yeah, I will. Let's reboot this Pi. You big laser. You should, have you seen what's his name's channel? My God. He made a big laser. Really good laser. Oh God, what's his name? The New Zealander. Oh. Anyway, I'll have to find it. I don't know what's happening with that. Where's my other Pi that I just picked up before? Let's get bullseye. I could try doing this one. I have power cables for Raspberry Pis everywhere. Yeah, it's not my Raspberry Pi that has got my desktop microscope on it is not currently working. Maybe what I can do instead is can I get to it from here? Nope. It's not even booting to the desktop. Am I going to get HDMI output? Let's see if I get any HDMI output from this thing. Oh. Okay, so it's booting to the desktop, but I don't want to do it this way. I want to VNC to it. So I need to control the keyboard and mouse. Right, now I can... So without the HDMI, it wasn't letting me... It wasn't booting up the screen for some reason. That's bizarre. Okay, anyway, here we go. So, I have a desktop. Cool. So, I should be able to... I should be able to capture... There's two cameras now, though. And how do I specify which camera it's going to be? That's going to be the built-in camera, isn't it? Oh! Wait. What camera is that? Oh, right, I plugged the wrong camera in. This is the global shutter camera. Hi. That's not the camera I meant to plug in. So, but that's good. It picked up the USB camera. So let's unplug this camera without getting zapped. Plug in the wrong one and plug in my autofocus camera. And try that again. Okay, that's my autofocus camera. I know it's not very light in here. Alexa, turn on fire. Here we go. So, look at that. That's not straight. So the idea is, and this is capturing the wrong resolution and it's really slow because of VNC and whatever, but the board would come in and go to there and it would capture the board, right? And work out where it is. Keeps changing the focus because of my hand. Work out where the board is in space relative to the back corner, back here, back there, right? And then so this doesn't even have to be this high res. But yeah, if I wasn't VNCing this would be like so much faster. Actually, let me just, for the moment, I'll close VNC because it's really slow, and I will switch to here. Okay, there you go. Look at that. So this is upside down now, but look how much faster this is, right? Just VNC is really slow. Yeah. Okay. So, how about split getting op and stop it? What? How about a split getting op? I'm not sure what you mean. Sorry. Anyway, so the board comes in again upside down for this. Doesn't matter. Works out where the board is relative to the back corner, and then it knows in the real world space where everything is, right? And then, I mean, this is not gonna. See, the problem with this is this won't focus if I got close, right? So this is why I can't use one of these type of cameras. So you don't need a cam to look at it. Look now to it. But I need a camera. What do you mean? Split. So I don't know. What are we talking about? You're talking about this camera looking at this? Are you talking about the view on the screen? I'm not sure. I've got clicked on it there. Whoops. The red. Oh, you can't see the red thing anyway. That's fine. I don't know what you mean. No, not to stop it. No. It stops it. Come on, focus. And then it's got to work out where it is in 3D space, which is why it's got to be autofocus. It's got to say, hey, this is physically where the board is. It grabs a rect, and then it works out physical space from the gantry of where every single one of these little boards are. the center of every single board. Then it moves the small camera to the center of each one. So if I... Oh, this is going to be bad. Because this camera is not set at a correct resolution or anything. Okay, I might have to Oh no, it didn't like me unplugging the camera. Do VNC back to it again. 1 second. Probably closed the thing. Oh, it did not like me doing that. Yeah, didn't like me unplugging and plugging the camera back in. A different camera. At all. Should have had them both plugged in at the same time, but I don't know how to distinguish between them yet. Okay, and then it goes to... Again, it's upside down, right? Then this one, whichever way, it knows where the center is. It moves to it. And this is not... So I need to work out where the focal length is. I don't know that yet. I don't know how high the camera needs to sit yet. Does it say what? So this has got a focus ring. I just don't know where where it is. I've not really played with the camera yet. Okay, I'll do that later. But anyway, the point is it'll get where its focal length is, work it all out. It'll go, photograph, 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 and then do all its calculation. That's what's moving around the XY gantry. Hope that's not making everyone too sick. I'm gonna have to work out how to focus this. That feels like that unscrews the lens. Is that unscrewing the lens? Oh, here we go. Right. Here we go. Found it. I know this is not great. Sorry. Almost focused. You know where it is in space to get the other cam to inspect it in that place. Correct. So the idea is this will have to work out which height, right? Like let's say it's the wrong direction. So like this. So that doesn't look like it's a high-res photo, an image. I'll take a 5 megapixel or 4 megapixel photo like this, which is way more high-res than before. And it'll know where the center of the board is. And from this camera, it'll also know the 3D space, right? And so this will be able to isolate this board. It'll be able to take a photo and isolate just that board on the panel, and then compare everything. Now, you can't see the height of where this is right now, but where I'm holding this right now, this camera, is about where my extrusion would sit once it's sitting on top of the rail, on top of the actual block. So this is pretty cool. This is what I was hoping for. And the question is, like, I might need to, like, so for a longer board, like a Feather S2, it's going to need, or, hang on, wait, my Pro S2 is probably a better example, because the Pro S2 is narrow, Pro S3, this is my Pro S3, folks. So this is narrow and long. So I need to make sure that whatever my biggest board is, it can capture. But the further away I go, so the closer I go, the more distortion. The further away I go and in focus, the less distortion I get. Right, like you can see the inside edge of the USB, you can see that the antenna is on an angle. But that's okay. That gives me a look at the pins. And it gives me a look at everything else. Everything else is quite short. And I can get the other lens set. What? Not sure what that means. So I don't know if I'm going to need to have to adjust this or not. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping that I can get to a focal position that suits everything. Where a little board, where that's little, that's okay. It might only be taking up like not much of the frame, but that is still way more high res to work with than if I was taking a photo of the whole panel like that. Look how much less data I've got. The lens set, right? Okay, yeah. So I need this to be fixed at the worst possible board. Now, the worst possible board might be my Reflow Master board, for instance. Look how big that is. So I might need the ability to make this go higher. And this is my old board, right? But I haven't worked that out yet. But to be honest, the 100 of these, 200 of Reflow Master boards, I can do with my eyes. It's 10,000 or 20,000 of these boards that I can't do with my eyes. Can mount them actually came higher, then use a zoom lens, close up. No, I don't want to zoom. And the answer is like, no, it's a fixed lens, like on the camera. It's a fixed lens and it's a global shutter and I want the data. I want the fidelity. No, I can't use a fisheye optic. That's going to distort everything. It's got to be as flat as possible. Anything I do to the lens is going to distort the periphery of all the components. So, yeah, I don't want to be doing that. I want to be as close as possible and in focus. And depending on how fast I can get this taking photos, because it's global shutter, then maybe what I'll end up doing is taking 2 photos and stitching them together. So maybe that's what I can do, you know, here if I'm too close. Like I can go to the center, I can go left of the center, and I can go right of the center and stitch them together, or just do half, whatever. So that is how this is going to work, and that is really cool. And so this is a perfect height. This is a perfect height for the top camera, which you can't see. Let me see if this works. Rotate my Mac. This could be bad. Rotate. There we go. So this is the perfect height for this camera. Exactly where this is right now. No, I don't want to be adjusting Z on it. If I move Z, I have to manually by hand change the focus of the camera. So no, I don't want to do that. I also don't want to put a $5,000 camera on it. It's like, this is a, I can't remember how much it cost me. Marius, are you there? Do you remember how much these were? I think this was like $50 or $60 for a camera, right? And this one was also, I think it was 60 or 70 for an autofocus. Like that's achievable for people who want to do a DIY one of these. Right, but I can't put a zoom lens on this. This is not a DSLR. It's not a Raspberry Pi cam. I can't use a Raspberry Pi cam for this. It's got to be global shutter. So I couldn't find any that had any type of narrower lens than this, which is what I need. So swapping lenses isn't really the thing I'm going to be able to do. Yeah. So I was holding this about here in terms of height. So if you look at where that is in terms of height, right? Once that's on the blocks, then it's, you know, it was almost exactly where I needed it to be, which is great. Now this shouldn't fall apart. So I think this will be sturdy enough to stay together until my next adventure. Your subject is fixed, you can take a longer exposure photo because it takes too long. So my plan is to, if it goes to plan, is to be taking 4 photographs of every board. And I want to be doing it as quick as possible. So I don't have time to do a rolling shutter. Don't know. We'll see. Like, yeah, it's a tricky one. My plan is to take 4 or more photos per board under different lighting conditions to be able to get depth. That may give me an image that is better to compare against, and it may not. I don't know. And until I can try it, I don't know. And if it does, if it works like I think it might, then I need it to be a global shutter. If, like, I don't need it to take photos as it's moving, but I need to be able to go photo, move, photo, move. I need to be able to go get into position, photo, 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 move, photo, 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 move, photo, 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 move, photo, photo. I mean, that's a long time. 20 boards, you know, like, it's holding up the production line while this is happening. Will it be a problem for the top cam that the 2020 with a lower cam is on? No, because I don't need a smaller piece. Okay, this is too small. So this will be moving around taking photos, and when it's not, it moves here, and the head goes into the corner. It'll be homing in the corner here. So that'll sit back there, which is why I needed these rails to be further back than forward. I don't need to go any further forward than this, but I wanted to go a bit further back for the homing, and that gives all, like, totally clear space. That's how I designed it. Will it work that way? I don't know. So my next step, I'm going to print. So I've got T-nuts in here. I'm going to 3D print something here that I can screw this into, and I can have this fixed and out of the way. And I'm also going to get this working up and running on my Bullseye Raspberry Pi, because this is eventually going to be mounted to this unit somewhere. Doesn't matter where. And I need to work out how I can have both cameras plugged in and be able to talk to each camera individually with OpenCV and whatever. And I need to get my stepper board finished. So I need to get back to trying to work out why my steppers weren't working with SPI. Not my steppers, my bobs weren't working, and fix that. I also bought some new bobs just in case I did damage them. So I can get my stepper hat that I designed into production, so I can actually get some movement and stuff happening. Yeah, wow, there you go. And that has been 2 hours and 40 minutes, and I think that is way long enough for a stream today. I got as far as I hoped, not as far as maybe you all would have liked, but that's okay. Why you print something, just drill the hole bigger. No, I don't want to drill this hole bigger. I need a way of mounting this to something eventually anyway. So, and I'm probably going to take this bracket, you can't see, I'm probably going to take this bracket off, and I'm going to, whatever I mount will be on the sides of this, so it's fixed. I don't want something that can twist and move here. You can't see anything I'm talking about. I don't want anything that can twist and move. And there's only one screw here, so I've got no way of holding it really still. So yeah, I'll get to that. My first tablet Jetzoom had an automatic macro zoom lens. No moving parts. I could zoom in on a single digit of a dime. Nice, cool. I need it to be exactly fixed, the same size every single time. Wow, 551. Sorry, Alan, but thanks for sticking around and staying and helping. I really appreciate it. I need, when I take a photo of an 0402 resistor that ends up, let's say, being 300 pixels by 200 pixels, it's got to always be 300 pixels by 200 pixels. I can't have any distortion, change of zoom, change of size, change of anything. I can't compare two resistors. I mean, I can rescale one to the next to match, but then I'm not comparing good data. I want to be comparing as raw and unprocessed as possible, which means no digital zoom, no... optical zoom is fine if it's fixed, but it can't be a digital zoom, and it can't do anything to manipulate the pixels. And I'm even curious to know how these cameras work on the Raspberry Pi, and I might have to look into doing something to make sure that I'm capturing 100% raw, unaltered pixels. I don't know how that's going to work on the global shutter camera. I don't even know how to change the resolution and frame rate on the global shutter. Obviously, the faster I take photos, the lower res they are. I need to find a balance. There's lots of stuff to do still. Have you considered another fixed focus camera? I'm quite happy. Yeah, can you let me know of another fixed focus camera that isn't hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars? So I'm looking over here because that's where the chat is. Spaced apart, a fixed amount. So you do. Oh, another one as in two fixed focus cameras. But I can't. They'd have to be spaced apart perfectly for one board, but then that panel, well, then they won't be the right for another panel, right? Right, OpenPNP or my Pick and Place has, up cameras that do that type of stuff as well, but that's different, right? That can be, it doesn't matter, as long as it can capture it and measure its size and its orientation and its center, that's fine. For me though, I'm not doing that. Like I'm not checking the part. I need to capture the actual image of the part, because that becomes the data that it learns from. Yeah, I don't think two cameras would work. Unless the space apart is variable. Like, you know what I mean? Because if it's not dead center, if the camera that's taking the photo isn't dead center to the board, then it's going to be different distortion on the pass every time it takes a photo. What resolution is your close-up camera? It goes up to, I think it goes up to 4 megapixel. Hang on. Is that right? Oh, Marius is back. 4 megapixel? You care about parts, not the whole board. I need to know where the board is in space, so I need to be able to see the whole board. And I need to know what part is on each board. And so I can't have one camera, if they're two next to each other, overlapping a board and not realizing and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I know what you're saying. I think that adds a significant amount of complexity, like going from single-threaded application to multi-threaded application, for no real gain. Like, I think I can get this fast enough. I can't have two cameras at two heights, because the top camera would be seeing the bottom camera. And if they're in different positions, then they're seeing something totally different. And they can't be on an angle looking down. And yeah, folks, one camera should do all I need. Really, I already proved it. I proved it in my OpenCV stream, where I did one photo of the whole board, and I was still able to process every part on the board. Okay, I got that working. Go check out the stream if you haven't seen it. And that was with one photo of the entire panel. If I do the same thing per board, that is, like, I'll have orders of magnitude more resolution per part than what I had before. Like, I had like 30 pixels per part, and I was still able to do good matching. So, well, good enough matching. Like, it said to me, these caps look like they're problems, and it got 90% of them correct. 90% of them were problems, and 10% of them were actually okay. And that was from 30 pixels worth of resolution. Imagine what I can get with 300 pixels. Okay. Thank you all for joining. Finally, a stream where it didn't die. What I was working on didn't die at the end. That's been a while. Hope to catch you all next week. Hope you all have a fantastic weekend and catch hopefully some of you on my stream on Wednesday. I have no idea what I'm doing. But I need to go back now and finish Reflow Masters. So many. So many. Been making these all morning. Yay, as well. So many switches. They're everywhere. Anyway. Oh, Frank, just in time. Or have you been here the whole time? I don't know. If I missed saying hi to you before, I apologise. If you just joined, well, thanks for joining. Things seen on Killed during live stream. No animals, just silicon. Right, but no, I didn't destroy anything today. And my cameras actually worked. And I didn't blow them up. That's awesome. Okay, anyway. Bye, everyone. Take care. I'll catch you all later. How am I going to end this? Okay, bye.